Welcome to Menage with the MariJayneMaven podcast with your host, the MariJayneMaven. I am the producer, the hubby. Follow us on all social media, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Show us some love and click that subscribe button now. Don't forget to click the bell so you get notifications and click the like button on the videos.
And now, your host.
Spark a conversation, verbal elation, stimulation, education. This is Menage with the MariJayneMaven. When we on the air, it's always a lituation. Might talk about some litigation, might talk about some immigration, might talk about some politics, but never talking nonsense. Yes, we on in the slide. Watch and listen, it's a vibe. Watch it while you getting high, or you can listen while you drive. Just don't forget to subscribe.
Roll up. Trying to get high.
And most of us do.
Going wrong. Like
Yeah.
there's small indicators that happen early on, shifting us, to where we need to get from the inside out.
Yes, and make sure that we, most importantly, are listening. We, especially as women, and this podcast is going to be for everyone, but I am a woman. We are women, and we can best speak, for what it is like to be a woman in today's world, and to also be a woman who chooses to utilize cannabis. That is a very, very, very powerful flower. I like to say there's power in that flower. And I know that it helps me to be a better mother, a better wife. My husband, he can attest to that. You guys will see him sometime. He's hiding over here, but you will see him. It allows me to be a better communicator, and it's actually what allowed me to pursue this and kind of stop living in fear and pursue my passion and my purpose. So we'll talk a little bit more about that. But what I would like to do is, these ladies, they're kind of evening out and making a whole of what the MariJayneMaven podcast is. I could have definitely gotten on and talked to you guys myself, because I am an Aries and I do like to talk, for an hour or so.
But no, tell us who you are. You're the MariJayneMaven.
Well, thank you.
So,
Thank you.
what does that mean?
Look,
Let
I was
them
about to
know
give
who
the
you
floor to them,
are.
and look at them. They're so gracious. I was just going to give them their shine. Well, yes. So the MariJayneMaven was born out of a desire to really live within, like I said, live my purpose and my passion. I had been in corporate sales, kind of corporate America for some years, and I've always worked. It was important. I have a 21-year-old. I know, how is that possible? But I do. He's going to be 22 on Friday.
And he is so attractive. Let me
He's
throw
cute.
that out there. He
He's
looks
cute.
just like her, and he's totally hot.
He's
crazy.
a cutie. He's a cutie. But yeah, so having him, I worked early. I always wanted my own money because I wanted to buy my own clothes that my parents wouldn't buy me. So, after that, just really getting into just different avenues to be able to make money as a single mom. And then I went to back to school. I decided after that to get into financing. I was kind of working at Bank of America. I'm sorry, not Bank of America. I don't know why I said that. Wells Fargo. But then from there, things just kept going.
Corporate smell.
Yeah. What I noticed is that I've always did something that included me helping to change the lives of others in some way, whether it was through private education, where I did recruiting, whether it was through financing, where I helped people get their finances in order, whether it was through, in-home sales. I've done everything. I've done passion parties. I've done jean sales. I've done, wedding planning and event planning. And I was happy with those things for a time being, but it just didn't fulfill me all the way. I felt like something was missing. So I read The Alchemist. I read The Four Agreements, which are books that are, to me, it's like taking a vitamin or doing a detox.
Like a life up.
Yeah,
That one's
it's something you should read more than once.
Up 1,000 points.
It
like,
is.
bloop, bloop,
Yeah.
bloop,
Yeah.
just went
No,
up.
for sure.
Yeah,
I like that. I like that. And it definitely just helped me to stop living in fear and kind of make the decision to leave the job that I was at a few summers ago. My very supportive, awesome husband, who's a teacher as well as a basketball aficionado, as far as a coach. He supported me in every way possible. And me quitting my job, I didn't have any income. I didn't know what I was going to do. But I'm resourceful and I'm a hustler. And deep down, I can't really just be idle. I felt guilty. So I started doing networking professional networking. From there, I saw the benefit of doing business consulting, but I couldn't do it just for any small business. I felt like I had to have a purpose. And one day, sitting at home, cannabis just kind of came to me. And I was just like, well, I don't understand why you didn't figure that out anyway. Multiple sclerosis.
Maven was born.
Yes. You know, multiple sclerosis lives with me. It's been living with me for, oh my gosh, almost 15 years. Yeah, almost 15 years. And so I've utilized cannabis before that recreationally. Now, you know, it's definitely something that I use for wellness and medicinal purposes, as far as recreationally sometimes. But everything just kind of melded together once I made that decision.
Recreation is wellness. Hello.
True that. It is a better quality of life. But yeah, so that's, you know, that helped me to determine and to develop the MariJayneMaven, because I dove head first into doing affiliate work. I did anything that I could to learn about the industry as it was growing. And then I took the time to become an advocate and learn about that side as well, and the changes that need to be made. So the MariJayneMaven brand was born. I am the Mjmaven, and my whole purpose and goal is to help to educate, eradicate, and elevate. And do that all through cannabis.
I know, like,
You
just went up and just elevated, like,
educate,
you know.
eradicate, and elevate.
Trademark,
Like,
don't play. It's mine. So yeah, so it, what I'll tell you a quick story about what really solidified and validated everything for me was when I was able to get and talk to my grandmother, who's very, 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 very religious, and that's her lifestyle. That's who she is, First Lady. You know, before my grandfather passed away, I guess she would still kind of be that within the church. But, you know, that was always something that was a drug. You know, that was dope, which I hate as well, the verbiage used to describe it. But I was able to kind of convince her to at least start with CBD. That also is something that helped me to determine that education is a huge part of making and normalizing the cannabis industry. You know, it's not just going to be putting product out there, making it legal for people to go into dispensaries. That is such a small aspect of it. The education is the most important thing. That's what's going to help to eradicate all of the stigmas, the preconceived notions, the Jeff Spicoli, you know, kind of stereotypes, the you melt into a couch, you don't do shit. It's not true. And then it's going to help people to be able to take that power back, elevate our own quality of life and our own health by taking more power and control of it. You know,
I feel elevated. I feel elevated since I've known you. I have.
you.
Yeah. Like meeting you was like a really like lifted experience for sure.
definitely.
It was
Same
like
for me,
so yeah, really. Like we met at a Women of Weed. We met at a movie premiere, and I had got tickets. It was like so random, and I had all this drama. I was like, oh, I don't know if I want to go, but I went anyway, and like we totally connected, and we've just been working together ever since. So it's like
How long
so
has
great.
that been?
A little over a year, yeah. So it's great because
almost two.
I went to the movie as a perspective of wanting to make movies about ladies and cannabis. So I wanted to see this and see like that feminine perspective of cannabis, and then we met. And I totally am an advocate for the industry because I'm an advocate for wellness and people just enjoying themselves. So Vita is giving you life by being healthy and, you know, healthy from the mind in. And
well, tell us a little bit about yourself. Tell us more about your background. And
my background is in health, like health and wellness and beauty, and how they all go together.
And health is wealth, so
right.
that's why
And
you said
beauty
that.
is wealth. Like it is definitely a commodity. You know, you can hit me on the IG at Too Sexy TWO.
I like how you just got that right there. Yes,
SEXY. No underscores or quotation marks, nothing like that. Just hit me on the Too Sexy and on the IG. But yeah, so your beauty and your wellness with cannabis for your mind, and I do nursing, but I also do aesthetics, and just that's kind of where the two meet, right? Like health and beauty, you know. So I'm licensed to do both, and I'm here with the facts. I want, if you have questions,
she's gonna
that
be
are health
our
questions
person
about your body.
Yeah.
I can answer questions
She knows a
about
lot.
your body.
It's funny in our conversations how it can go from me just talking simply about, for Aunt Flo being in town or something like that. And I mentioned something and then she comes with just this wealth full of and it's great. But I'm like, that's not even asked you for. But okay, now I know the background and the history. And so it's always good though. It's always good.
Educate.
Yes, always educate.
So what about you over there, Lacey B, rolling that blaze?
Me over here. I like to listen. I'm always quiet. I'm being on a podcast. I can't be that. So
we're gonna pull you in here.
Talking about myself, but what Blaze did, Lacey B, is blazed. Okay. So what I want to do here in Sacramento is kind of just bring the first marijuana consumption lounge, but I also want to make sure I want to do a whole beauty salon / barbershop type of vibe too. So I want to be able to bring everybody together, bring that whole holistic wellness type of vibe going, and just make everybody feel good about themselves and be able to, relax and unwind. So that's kind of really the basis of what I want to do and what I want to bring and kind of why I'm here, just to kind of get myself out there a little bit. Oh yeah. But yeah,
we got some things going on. We game changers.
Yes.
Just so you know.
Most definitely. Yes. So speaking of, yes, will be a regular segment as well, as we are going to shout out the ganja game changers every single week. So in our attempts to allow us to open up, be vulnerable, and to get you to know us, kind of get to know you get to know me kind of sesh here. So our ganja game changers actually are going to reflect on the businesses, the side businesses or the other ventures that I have as the Mary Jane Maven and my nonprofit organization, The Colors of Cannabis. And Miss Lacey B over there, she also has, she was just mentioning her events. So these are going to be the kind of the focus for the ganja game changers.
Light that shit, smoke that shit, pass